All right, team, so good to see all of you. Again, just starting the recording. I'm going to share my screen with you all. There we are, and it's working great. The Kahoot will be up in just a moment. Feel free to play along. All right, I see 10 in the game, and it started. BTS Excel Chapter 2. First question coming up in just a moment. This is recognizes patterns in your data and autofills in values when you enter examples of the output. Red is statistical functions, blue is flash fill, yellow is autocomplete, and green is pattern output. That'd be a triangle for statistical function, diamond for flash fill, circle autocomplete, green is pattern output. We've got 3 seconds left. Get in your answers. 3, 2, 1. Well, they've updated Kahoot as well. It looks like, well done team, flash fill is the answer. One of my favorite features of Excel is flash fill. So you use this to split data into 2 or more cells to combine data from 2 cells. Is it flash fill, autocomplete, sum, or cell split? Hint might be in the title. We've got 8 answers in. We've got 9 answers in. The sooner you answer, the more points you get. There we go. Cell split. That's great. That's another thing that we work on in Chapter 2. I believe we're working with various types of trees and flowers. And what you're doing is you're splitting an item number and a type of flower or tree. They're all in one cell. And you all learned this week how to split those cells. The name given to a predefined formula that Excel built for you and performs calculations. Pardon the spelling error. Red or triangle flash fill. Diamond or blue autocomplete. Yellow circle is function, and the green square is survey. Name given to a predefined formula that Excel builds for you and performs calculations. Well, it's at the top, right? That would be our function. So an example, equals sum, right? That's our classic one we've been working on. Also, excellent work, team. Oh no, excellent work me, I caught fire. It's kind of not fair. I've taken this about 1,000 times. Nice Jen, Karen, A. Richie, and Lola. True or false? Statistical functions are useful to analyze a group of measurements. Red, triangle is true. The blue diamond is false. True or false? Statistical functions are useful to analyze a group of measurements. Seems right. We've got 3 seconds left. Excellent. Yeah, in stats, it is extremely useful, and Excel is a great tool to analyze groups of measurements or large amounts of data. Well done, team. True or false? Excel functions will propose a range if there's data above or to the left of a cell. Does Excel recognize patterns, in other words? Or will Excel propose a range if there's data above or to the left that indicates such? I'm thinking so. We've got 3 seconds. 2, 1. All right. All right, Jen has overtaken the professor. We've got a new teacher in the class. Well done. I am, looks like, 41 points behind Jen. This is actually a really close game. Each question is worth 1,000 points, and they're all totally imaginary, and, everybody's getting extra credit for participation. But I'm a competitive person. I grew up, my mom's a teacher too, and she's also very competitive. And so I think I get that from her. I also studied gamification of education for my master's in teaching and found that when we play games and we learn by doing activities such as this, it activates different regions of our brain that helps us to learn. But let me know how it works for you, okay? This function is a predefined formula that adds all the numbers in a selected range of cells. Red or triangle is sum, diamond blue is average. Circle or yellow is autofill, and the green square is function. F of n adds all the numbers. One of the first ones we learned together. And that's our sum function. We've just got another fire, streak of 3. So this will evaluate an Excel function, the values that an Excel function uses to perform calculations or operations. Values Excel functions use to perform calculations or operations. Red triangle sum, diamond blue average, yellow circle arguments, green square functions. Not a lot of time, folks. Yellow? I tried to give it to you at the last second. Sorry, that typo up there caused me to take a little extra time to read. That one's my fault. All right, well done. I caught fire, but I couldn't take the lead. All right, Alex, well done. We've got another new teacher in the classroom. Keep up the good work, y'all. This function adds a group of values and then divides it by the number of values in the group. The red triangle is sum. The diamond blue is average. The yellow circle is value. Green square is numerical. We've got 3 seconds left. Keep up the good work. And that's our average function. It does, I believe, this chapter gets into mean, median, mode, range. Chapter 2 is a major mathematics or maths refresher, if you will. So just a heads up, there's going to be a lot of math, a lot of calculations, and using a lot of functions in Excel. But we also, what's cool about Excel is after this, we make Excel do a lot of the hard work for us. Fire remains. I have fallen to 4th. We've got 3 new leaders. And, we've got a streak of 7. Well done. How about this? This function is statistical and describes a group of data. For example, home prices versus geography. The red triangle is average. The blue diamond is sum. Yellow circle is median, and the green square is mean. Home prices versus geography. This function, average home prices, sum home prices, median home prices, or mean home prices. It's typically your median home price, right? So if you're to buy a home and it needs appraised, for example, what they'll do is they'll look at comparables. You're looking at what's the median, not necessarily the mean. You're looking for places that are, comparable size, comparable geography, and newness. And so that's why they use median home prices. They don't just collect the whole average, take all the home prices, add them up, and then just divide it by however many. This one is, I'd say, much more useful in terms of describing home prices versus geography. El fuego continúe, the fire continues. This indicates which cell you want to use in the functions calculation. What is this? Tells you which cell you want to use in the functions calculation. Red triangle defining the function. Blue diamond defining the argument. Yellow circle calculation indicator, and the green square cell indicator. Red or blue is your best bet. That's defining the argument. And an argument is ultimately what goes inside of the parentheses in a function, right? So if you're wondering, wait a minute, why, I got enough arguments in my real life. Why is there an argument in Excel? I wish they'd rename it, but it comes from math. So when you indicate the cells that you want to use in the functions calculation, basically it's like, okay, I take A2 and then take a percentage of that based off of whatever's in A3. Whatever's inside, or whatever you use in the calculations inside the parentheses, that's the argument. Defining the argument, kind of setting the parameters. All right, Alex, I'm on your heels. This function will tell you the largest value in a selected range of values. Red triangle average, blue diamond minimum, circle yellow large, and the green square is max. Largest value in a selected range. Let's go back to home prices. Unanimous. That's our max. Yep. So heads up, there's going to be a few more similar questions coming up. All right? Oh no. What happened to your professor? Next question. This function determines the smallest value in a selected range. Smallest. The red triangle's max, the blue diamond is minimum, the yellow circle is small, and the green square is tiny. Two of these do not belong with the others. We've got 3 seconds left, team. All right, that's our min. We've got our max, we've got our min. And so, for example, if we're in Excel and we've got a bunch of home prices between, let's just dream, between $100,000 and $300,000. Okay, home prices between $100,000 and $300,000, going up in home price, right? And so, or even just a random range, 10 different home prices between $100,000 and $300,000. What the min function will do is if at the bottom of that range you type equals min, M-I-N, and then you select that range, in just one click of a button, it'll tell you what the smallest number is in that whole range. Same for max. And honestly, same for a lot of different really incredible native functions to Excel that I'm really excited to work on with you as a group. And I have fallen off the leaderboard. We have a new top 5, folks. It's Alex in first, Lola followed up in second. Close on the heels is Jen. We got another Alex. Alex K is in 4th place. Excellent. And L has just overtaken the professor and is in 5th place. It's kind of like that TV show, Whose Line Is It Anyways? The points don't really matter. We're just here to have fun and to learn. And I think we learn more when we're having fun, right? So, hey, what group of functions tests for specific conditions? Red triangle is statistical, blue diamond is logical, yellow circle, rational, and that green square is average. We're looking for a group of functions testing for specific conditions. All right, logical, tough one. But if you need to test for very specific conditions, that seems pretty logical. Also seems rational, but logical is the correct answer here, team. All right, I see another fire. Nice, Karen. Excellent. And this game is getting close. If you're within 1,000 points of the leader by the last question, then you're in the running. All right? Just because every point's worth 1,000 questions. But remember, the quicker you answer, the more points you get. But then there's the risk of answering too quickly. 2/3 of the way there. Which function counts the number of cells in a range that contains numbers? Which function counts the number of cells in a range that contains numbers? The red triangle's average, the blue diamond count, yellow circle count if, and green square is just if. 5 seconds left, y'all. And hey, that's just our traditional count function. Equals count, and it'll tell you, and let's just say that your Excel spreadsheet is going on forever. Or you've got a massive spreadsheet, and rather than just going classically just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, counting it by hand, no. Just equal the count function, and it'll tell you, or for example, that's kind of more count if. So let's just say that let's keep it simple. Let's say you've got from cell A1 through A10 a list of numbers from 1 to 3, just 1s, 2s, and 3s. So A1 is a 1, A2 is a 2, A3 is a 3, A4 is a 2, just randomly. And you could say equals count, or count if, how many in the range show up with the number 3, or show up with the number 1. You can set those criteria. So you could say, you could also do like less than or equal to with this. You could say, for example, okay, count if, and this is more of a count if, but count if, we're thinking back to home prices, if it's under $300,000 in price, then count it. But if it's more than $300,000 in price, and I'm really dreaming big, I don't know. You can't do that in the Seattle area. But if, using our Excel function, That's how it would work. So let's just say you've got a range of houses between $100,000 and $300,000, but your budget's only $250,000. You could have it count only the cells that contain housing prices that are below that threshold of $250,000. Just one example. I've got a ton of examples that would be relevant to you. Just let me know. All right, game's getting closer. 3 of you, congratulations, by the way, on the fire. Looks like you've had a streak of 4. Congrats. How about this? Could you tell me the function that uses a logical test to check if a condition is met and it returns one value if true? Red triangle count, blue diamond if, yellow circle average, and green square condition, or C and D. And that's just our typical if function, right? Sometimes with testing, the answer is often in the question. Us teachers will do that sometimes. And so if you want to use a logical test, if you want to know if a condition is met, like if it's less than 75, or if there's any houses that are cheaper than $250,000, it'll return one value if true. So like next to it, it'll say like, okay, oh, you remember this project. I believe that's this one in chapter 2, where it says either okay or order, if we have enough stock of trees or flowers. So it'll say return okay if we have enough, but say order if we have less than 75 of the trees or flowers that we want. We can follow up on this later if you'd like, but that's the idea. And that's kind of how this quiz ties into what we're doing with the A and the B projects. And hopefully it'll help you out on the grader when I send you that as soon as we wrap up here. All right, another fire, 5 answers in a row. Game continues. Anything can happen, by the way. What does this symbol mean? The right facing caret and an equal. What does that mean? The red triangle is equal. The blue diamond less than or equal to. Yellow circle is greater than or equal to. And the green square not equal to. Okay, so the caret's eating it. Plus. Yes, all right, great. That is wonderful news. Unanimous. Less than or equal to. Think back, when I was a kid, they're called carets. A caret and an equal sign, if you want to talk kind of coding language. I like to call it, with kids, you call it an alligator, right? The algorithm AL. If you want something fun that they teach for teaching kids coding, look up the algorithm AL. Because it teaches them the smaller number eats the bigger number. Goes chomp, chomp, chomp. Oh my goodness. Next question. Heads up, there might be some more. Karen, welcome to the top 5. Good to see you. We got a streak of 6 here. Ooh, this is getting close. How about this symbol? It's not chomping the equal sign. The algorithm AL is facing the other way. I'm sorry, red triangle less than or equals to, blue diamond is greater than or equals to, yellow circle not equal, green square is less than. Oop, I put in my answer too soon. That one is me. Greater than or equal to. Yes. Well done. And there's going to be one that comes up that might be a little bit of a surprise, or I don't know. You tell me. What does this mean? 2 alligators. Red triangle less than or equal to, blue diamond greater than and equal to, yellow circle not equal to, and green square equals. Well, we know what an equal sign looks like. It's the first thing we type into Excel. This one's not equal to. All right. A few more questions left. Appreciate your hard work. Which command enables you to select one or more rows or columns and freeze them in place? Red triangle is column freeze, blue diamond is freeze panes, yellow circle is ice panes, and green square is pause panes. We got 3 seconds left. That's our freeze panes button. It helps you manage your Excel spreadsheet. If you have something on top that you constantly need to be referring to, like a number that you always need to refer back to or look at, while also working and scrolling, so you could freeze Excel at, say, row 4 or row 5, so that rows 1, 2, 3, 4 stay static, while at the same time you can edit, work, and scroll in rows 5 through infinite, right? I mean, Excel goes on pretty much forever. If you've ever tried to go to the end of Excel and just like scroll down, 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 the numbers will get big. So if you want to freeze panes but work down into row, say 200, you've got like a long, long list of data, but there's something, say, in cell A1 that you always need to go back to. Freeze panes is a great tool to work efficiently in Microsoft Excel. How about this? This is a portion of a worksheet window bounded by and separate from other portions. Red triangle cell, blue diamond is pane, yellow circle is window, and the green square is tab. Again, this is the portion of the worksheet window bounded by and separate from other portions. Oh, this ties back to the other question. Well, if you're going to freeze the panes and you have it separate from the other portions, like my example in cell from rows 1 through 4, that area is called the pane. Because, I mean, really, it kind of looks like a window. Genuinely a window pane. Last question, team, before we take a quick break. This is a series of rows and columns that contains data managed independently in the rest of the worksheet. Is that an Excel table? That's red or triangle. Blue diamond is Excel file. Yellow circle is Excel workbook. And green square is Excel program. We've got 5 seconds left. Let's finish strong, everybody. And that's just the Excel table. Yeah, rows, columns, it contains data, but it's managed independently. So you could have a table, and it acts kind of separately from the rest of Excel. And I'm going to stop the recording really quick just for the sake of the recording. Hold on just a moment. We're still good. Okay,